Arty Peg, all right?
What's up, everybody? It's the motherfucking Arty 84 show here live in Revere, Massachusetts, home of Tony Caligliero. You know that?
Really?
Tony C?
I don't know that.
Hit in the face with a fucking fastball. The reason why you can't sit in center field during a day game in Fenway Park?
Oh, because
Yeah.
he's scarred for life.
Because the guy couldn't see the ball, and he hit him in the fucking face.
Teams he play for?
Red Sox.
Caligliero? Still? No, Caligliero? What are we talking about?
Tony C played for the Red Sox.
Oh, he played for the Red. I thought you meant like right now.
No, he's
That's what you're
dead.
talking about. That's
He
right.
died in like 1982 from complications from a fastball to the fucking cranium.
Well, that'll do it.
That'll fuck up your day, right? Or your baseball career at that point.
Yeah, or your life, or, you know.
If you're watching here live, it's 7 o'clock. It's going to be our last Monday show. After this, starting a week from the 4th, which will be a week from this Wednesday, we'll be going on Wednesdays, right? We picked Wednesdays? We know
Wednesdays. I think we better.
Wednesdays are good, because Adam does his laundry on Mondays.
That's
and
right, I gotta pick it up.
fucks everything up
I
if
gotta
we have
pick
to do
it
the
up.
show.
You know, it's just, you gotta get fresh.
Yes.
You know, I drop it off actually on Saturday morning.
Okay.
Pick it up Monday.
Did they separate your whites and colors?
No, but they put them on top. They layer things.
that's nice.
In a plastic bag. It's nice.
The life of a bachelor, everyone. This is what happens when you don't get married or have a girlfriend that lives with you at the age of 35. You end up having to shipping your laundry out.
No, I could do it myself.
I mean, you could. Yeah, I
don't
mean,
want to.
I'm sure you're capable of doing laundry.
Yes, I am.
I mean, you're a very knowledgeable gentleman.
Well, thank you, sir.
If you're living on your own for the last 20 years, I'm sure you can fucking figure out how to do laundry.
It's true.
But I guess if you can afford it, then you know, if you have that disposable income to have someone do your laundry for you,
$20, man.
there you go, beautiful.
25 max.
So,
Right.
see, I have to fucking cook dinner 3 days a week. That's what it costs me.
Well, I cook dinner.
You know?
I like cooking dinner.
Oh, maybe you can come over and cook dinner for me so I can get my laundry done. I want to say hi to Alex Wallace, of course. No matter what time or what day of the week we're on, this motherfucker's watching us like we're some kind of stripper in a strip club in Saugus. So yeah, God. So it's July 2nd. It's fucking hot as balls outside today, right?
It is. It's really fucking me up.
I loved
the last couple days. It's nice. I prefer it. It's better than snow.
It is better than snow, yes.
I just it's drain. I didn't realize. I think it's because it's happened so fast. But I just find myself really tired.
Yeah.
I just can't get into the groove of things. I'm just lazy.
Well, it's easy to get tired when it's like this weather too. It's like because the other day what happened? The other day we woke up. I worked on mid on Saturday. So what I did was Stu was working and we met at the night shift brewery before I went in for a while. We met over there, and then I went to work, and then the fucking heat was so exhausting just from walking from Wellington to the friggin' brewery.
It's heavy.
Yeah, dude, I was like fucking hot as shit. It was an early night too. I mean, it was night outside and it was exhausting, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I came home. It was so hot. I came home at like 9:30. Everyone was asleep in the house.
Yeah.
I was ready to fucking party, you know?
And the beer, it tastes good going down, but it's not going to help you. It's going to drain you, though.
It was so nice. See, here's the thing about living in Massachusetts. You wait and wait and wait so you can go outside to drink and hang out, right? But when it finally gets to that temperature, you don't want to go outside. I stayed in the air-conditioned building.
Yeah. I
was working, so I had a quick one, and I went to fucking go hang out. And I was like, do you want to go outside? And I stepped outside. I go, no, I think I'll stay inside. That's how it is in Florida, though. All year round, you stay inside. No one goes outside in Florida. You don't see outdoor fucking patios in Florida.
Yeah,
you see bars that have windows open that overlook shit.
Yeah,
but the air conditioner is pumping inside that room. You know what I mean? You don't have the. That's what we're gonna do once we move to Florida. I'm gonna open a fucking bar on the beach, and I'm just gonna sit there for the rest of my life.
I think you're gonna want to come back in a year.
You think so?
And everybody, I've known about 6 people who have tried moving to Florida, and all of them fucking hated it after. Yeah, it was great up until like 6 months, and then
why did they come back? What was the reason?
I'm trying to think. There was a few reasons. Most notably, it was kind of like every day is almost exactly the same, and the people there are a real pain in the ass. Yeah. And I'm like, well, people here are a pain in the ass. Like, no, but like they were saying that I can't explain it. That's what they were saying. I wish I could explain it, but I can't. It's just something you have to experience for yourself. It's just different. I guess so. And I was like, okay, well, I don't know. But there is a track record of people I know that have tried it. And
well, I hope for when I get down there and working for myself, so I don't have to fucking deal with people.
Yeah, that's the key right there.
Live in my fucking house all day.
Leave me the fuck alone.
Dude, I hate people.
I do too.
Fucking hate people on a regular basis.
I wish.
Sue and I went out to Boston yesterday for the day. We decided we were going to see Uncle Eric. And I'm walking in, just walking in through Christopher Columbus Park, which is like, they had some shit going on for like the holidays or whatever. I fucking hate people.
I think it's an age thing too.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that? Like, remember
so.
when we were younger, you hear your parents kind of complain about things, you never really got it, and now we're getting older, and it seems like we're getting more bitter. Like Eric, look at Eric. He's like
he's
10
an
times
extreme.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we get to look forward to. The bitterness of Eric.
Apparently,
I guess so.
It's getting worse.
It's like there's like 15 people on this planet that I think I want to have. If I could just talk to them, I'll be good. Like I wish I could make a short list, and then like the last 5 are rotating. People who piss me off at certain times, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Sometimes you're in, sometimes you're out.
Exactly.
So if that's the way my life is going to, I mean, like, it's like, I don't know, man. I know it's just fucking crazy. Yeah, I should have done this. I just started a new job. I wish I knew Sox were down in DC all week.
Oh,
but here's the thing. I see. Sue and I lived in DC for 6 months. It was the hottest summer. It was 110 degrees every day when we lived in DC. So we moved down there in June. It didn't start getting into like the 80s until like October. It was like 90 to 100. So you couldn't even go outside. I had a patio outside my apartment. I would sit out there and have a beer in the middle of the day and be fucking... I would have to go back inside. It was too fucking hot.
Yeah.
And then like, there was a bar down the street and a brewery across the street. Like literally there was a brewery across the street. They didn't open till 4. I couldn't spend all day in the bar because I had to get shit done around the house. I didn't work for 6 weeks. It was a great 6 weeks. I can tell you how much. When I had to go back to work, I was very fucking disappointed.
Yeah.
I could almost, if I was more fiscally responsible, I could have basically lived off my house that I sold easily.
That's right. Yeah, for how long?
Well, I made it till December, I guess. June to December. I made it 6 months.
Through all that. Please tell me you stashed some of that away.
No, I blew through all of it.
Oh, man.
It was like 20 grand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I didn't work.
Yeah.
I didn't work for like 6 weeks, and when I was working, I was only bringing in like $400 a week. I was bringing in half the amount of money I would make like regularly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I fucking enjoyed my life, man. Got to enjoy it.
You have to.
Sue worked her ass off. She was working 80-hour fucking weeks. I was working 25-hour weeks, reaping the benefits of living somewhere for the change. You know?
Yeah, you got to find that balance because if you work too much, you're just gonna hate yourself and hate life.
Yeah.
You got to at least live a little.
Well, I figured it was I was owed it because I was working like fucking 3 jobs, and now when we came back to Massachusetts, everything worked out good. So it's. Next chapter will be written when we decide to move on to wherever we move on. We'll see.
Yes.
We'll see what happens after wedding day in about 5 months.
Yeah. Like I said, though, we can say whatever we want right now because she's not here. Cause,
that whore, yeah. Where the fuck's that hooker?
Plenty of time to call that off.
She better be at Stop and Shop getting me fucking some ground beef. She better be cooking us dinner.
Yeah.
She probably won't. She's going to come home. She'll be like, I'm so tired.
Or maybe she'll order a pizza.
Yeah. Maybe that's when she gets tired, you're getting. I'm a fucking child. Like, do you remember when you were a kid and your mom was too lazy to cook because she was too tired?
Yeah, it was chicken nuggets.
Yeah, you were going or you're going to McDonald's or Burger King or fucking a pizza was being delivered and you got excited. Like, oh shit! Like, I like my mom's fucking tired. Like, my mother would come home like have a long day at work and she's like, all right, I didn't get a chance to cook anything. Your father's working tonight. We're just gonna go to McDonald's. I'm like, fuck yeah, work all you want, ma. I'll take McDonald's any day because you get a toy. You know what I mean?
Oh,
my favorite was Pizza Hut. Because Pizza Hut every once in a while had the Connects. They had this series where they had Connects and Legos they would give out. Like they would give out cool toys to the kids' meals. So when we got to go to fucking Pizza Hut, remember the Pizza Hut used to be, or it's Papagino's now, but it was a Pizza Hut. It was right across from Roller World on Route 1.
Yeah.
So that was the one we go to, and I remember being like and it was so surreal because you're like, I don't know, 10 years old. It's a Tuesday, right? You're in a Pizza Hut. It's dead. There's not anyone there. There's people working there. And then when you get older and work in that business and you work on a Tuesday, you realize, wow, too much of a Tuesday sucks to work at. And these people must have fucking hated their lives there.
Yeah.
But as a fucking 10-year-old on a Tuesday, you were like, wow, it's a weekday. I get to go out.
Yeah.
I get school tomorrow and I get to go to Pizza Hut and fucking get a toy. Fuck yeah. Yeah, and then responsibilities come like, credit cards and phone bills and,
Yeah.
Then you get hooker addiction. Next thing you know, you're buying prostitutes all the time.
Coke off their
Coke,
ass.
right? Yeah.
Life.
Funny story. I don't know. I'll mention. He doesn't give a fuck. He's so Uncle Eric. Do you remember a girl named Sarah Rusi who was on our show?
What did she do?
Now we're going way back. This is going to the unregular radio days at Downtown Crossing.
Okay.
So we're looking at an easy.
You sure I was around then?
Yes,
I was. Okay.
It was around the first time you came on with Priscilla or what the hell his name was or her name.
Priscilla, my friend in California.
No, what the hell was her name? Drusilla.
No, with the Priscilla and
Priscilla.
with the hunky Holocaust
Yes.
people. Yes.
So we're talking about what, 2011 maybe? Would that be right?
Yeah, around there.
So 2011. So this girl came on around 2011 too, and her name was Sarah Rossi. She was from Revere. Now she does like, I guess it's technically porn. I guess it's softcore porn now. She has a website where you can subscribe to, and you pay like $12 like a month to see like pictures of her topless. Wow. And she's like full naked, but she doesn't show any like vagina. You know what I mean?
It's weird how people will actually still pay for that.
Well, I know.
And they will.
I know a guy who did. Uncle Eric.
You gotta be kidding me.
Yes. So she was on our show twice, right? And she has like a body like a child. Like she has no.
Ugh.
You know what I mean? You look at her like a kid.
Yeah.
You know, she's like obviously she's like 27 years old or something like that. But like she has no boobs, no ass. She just has like. I need a nice ass. I need a body with some thickness.
You gotta at least have an ass. Yeah.
I need an ass. I need some
ass,
boobies.
Yeah. If you don't have both,
I want a woman's body. You know what I mean? You ever see like a woman and you're like, well, that's a woman's body. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like,
you need at least one of the
yeah.
two. If you don't have both of them,
and like you look at these skinny girls with like no boobs and butts, and I'm like, they can have a pretty face, but you need that extra. You know what I mean? There's a differential between it. You know what I mean? It's like looking at Britney Spears and being like, damn, I want to bang the shit out of her, and then looking at like Ariana Grande, who has no ass or boobs, and it's like she looks like a little kid.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's like it doesn't do anything for me.
No, yeah, I understand.
It's probably because I'm a sane human being and not a pervert.
A sane person?
Well,
you're not a pervert.
I'm not a pervert. Yeah, I mean,
you're not tiptoeing on Eric territory.
I guess there would be a problem if you're. What the fuck is this? Having little Artys run around soon? Fucking Alex Wallace, fucking guy, this kid. Yeah, you know, so Uncle Eric texted me. He's like, yeah, I subscribed to it. I got drunk. I subscribed to it. And then he sent me a bunch of screenshots that he took from the website. Then he canceled his subscription.
How long ago was this?
Like 3 days ago.
Oh, my God.
Friday night, Saturday night. So I looked at that, and it's a picture of her topless and stuff. And she was pretty. I mean, whatever. But she was a fucking wacko. I mean, I remember I had to meet her at Haymarket to come to the show because she was afraid to take the subway. So she got dropped off by someone. And we had to walk from Haymarket to downtown Crossing.
Okay.
Because she was afraid to take a train.
This sounds familiar. She like tatted up?
No, she was like a little blonde girl. Now she's a brunette.
Huh.
I can show you some pictures. I think
I'm trying to remember.
Maybe I'll show you one of the ones that Uncle Eric sent me here. And then you can be the judge.
Yeah, I might not have crossed paths with her, but let's see.
You may have not have. This was before you were a regular.
Yeah.
Regular concert phone. Remember this lady right here?
No, I don't. No.
And then I woke up one morning where I follow her on Instagram. I go on Instagram and this is the first thing I see. This, and her caption is, "I'm not wearing any panties because fuck that."
I bet it has like a gazillion likes.
Oh, it does.
Right.
It's like our friend. You remember Alexa? What the fuck's his name? Alexa?
Alexa.
What the? Well, there was this girl. Ashley Alexa. Okay. Do you remember Ashley? Do you remember Ashley Alexa?
No, I do not.
She was a guest on the Arty and Eric show, and she was on this like Miss Social Playboy contest, right? Okay. So she needed to get likes in order to make it to this point. So she's from like Melrose or something like that, or Malden, right? Some shitty M town.
As your Alexa itself right now is going bonkers over.
Yes, see, Alex Wallace remembers her. Ashley Alexa, that's it. So she came on the show, and we had her on, and she got like fucking shitload of likes after she was on the show. She had all these people listening, so they had to go to the Playboy website to vote for her. So this is before I was very tech savvy, and I was saving all our shows for archives, and I never saved the show, which I wish I did, because this broad, like, a year after she got famous, Eric hit her up on Twitter. And
she was too cool to come back or something
like that. Why don't you come on and just call in and all that stuff? And she like pretended she even know us. And Eric would go on these rampages.
I remember this.
Anger.
Yeah. I wasn't there for any of that, but I remember the situation. Yeah.
And I wish I still had it, because I would literally post that episode on every day just to get people, because people would listen to the episodes because she was on it.
You've archived so many episodes too.
Dude,
that's the one.
I was so fucking sloppy back then. Like those were back in the days where we used to have Thursday night shows. We used to go from our shows used to be 10:30 to midnight Thursday nights, right? And we would literally drink before the show. We'd meet at like 8:30. This is when I was in a relationship that I wasn't really part of the relationship.
How old were you at the time?
This is 2010. 2010, yeah. We did this from 2010 to 2012.
So you were like in your late 20s still, technically.
Yeah, I mean, I was 21 in 2005. I was mid-20s. So.
Yeah. That's easy then.
Yeah, and I was working. I had a full-time job. I mean, I had to be in at like 8:39. But like me and Eric would go out at 8:30 on a Thursday, drink or do comedy, then go do the show at 10:30. Drink during the show, get hammered. This is when I was living in Everett. You never been to my Everett place?
No.
I would take the bus into town. We'd go do whatever, go do the show, and then get hammered. And then at 12 o'clock, we still had fucking 2 hours to drink.
Oh, man.
So we'd go to like Sissy K's, Hong Kong. Yeah. Dr. Todd was working at Tasty Burger at the time. We'd go. Eric had a deal. We had to go pick him up at like midnight. I mean, at 2 o'clock in the morning. So we'd go there like at 1:30, grab some hamburgers, and drive home. It was a great year and a half of just fuckery.
Could you do it now? No. I know there's no way. 30-something. Dude, I'd be like losing my shit.
We were with Eric last night, and it was about 7:30. He got off. I go to Sue. I'm like, "What do you want to do?" She's like, "I just want to go home." I'm like, "All right." So we got home like around like 8. Took the dogs out, fed them. Like I was like, we thought about getting something to eat, but I didn't want to. The only place I could think of was Easy Pie down the street. I didn't want to go any further than that. She didn't want to go there. I'm like, I'll just cook myself some macaroni. Yeah. And I was in bed by fucking 9:30.
I feel like you guys have been learning the hard way lately that you can't do that anymore. I think you've finally learned because there were multiple occasions. I feel like 6 months ago, it's like, oh my God, I feel like crap from this weekend. I'm never doing it again. Next weekend, I feel like crap from this weekend. I'm never doing it again.
We limit ourselves. So like, I'm up early during the day. So we went to Cirque du Soleil on Friday night with a couple of our friends. Actually, the guy Joey who's marrying us, one of my buddies from a long time ago, him and his wife, we went down to Cirque du Soleil. And it was like 8 o'clock. Got over like at 9:30. We went back to his house in Everett. And around like 11:30, 12, the girls were about to pass out. Me and Joe were out paying, and we have a few drinks. And, guys, like, you start drinking, you start talking about shit and everything. And Suze looks over to me. She's like, "Can we go home?" I'm like, "What time is it?" She's like, "Oh, it's 12. Like, "Oh, fuck. All right." So she had to go to work the next day. I had work the next day. So Saturday nights is our fucking hang nights. Because I'll work the restaurant. I'll get home like around 5, take a shower, and we'll go out. Like we went a couple weeks ago. Yeah. And I could probably hang till 2. I could sleep late on Sunday. Yeah. We don't go out on Sunday. It's not the biggest, Yeah. But, Saturday nights is still prime real estate for this guy right here.
I forgot how much, because when I went out with you guys a couple Saturdays ago, how much Suze can talk when she has a couple drinks in her. I listened to the story about her broken arm.
Yeah.
For like...
How many times have you heard that story?
I think that was actually the first... I've never really been around Sue that many times when she's hammered like that.
Yeah.
That story could have been shortened to about 3 to 5 minutes. Yeah. She stretched it to like 15
and then
20.
She goes and she talks like this.
It just goes, I'm like, oh my God. And I was listening. I was nice. I was listening to the whole thing, but oh my God. I'm like, this could be shortened.
The last time you probably seen Sue like that was probably New Orleans.
Probably, yeah.
Because she doesn't get that way when she's around the house.
No.
And then she doesn't get that way. I mean, we really don't. If we go to a restaurant,
she can get feisty though.
If we go out for dinner somewhere, right? And we just, like we went to Margarita's a couple times, or we go to somewhere to eat or like that. She won't get hammered.
Yeah.
If it's like a night like that, she will.
Yeah. Well, that was like a buzz. That was like a healthy buzz. Yeah. She wasn't like. Well, she couldn't get her flip flops on.
Then she did a cartwheel and broke sprained her wrist. Yeah. We went out one night. It was me, Suze, and Dr. Todd. And this was probably like a month ago. And it was a Saturday night, so we all started drinking, having a good time, whatever like that. And Sue was so hammered, we ended up at Clark's down at Faneuil Hall.
And Clark's Trading Club?
Yeah.
I like Clark's.
Oh, speaking of the devil. And she was doing this dance like a blind man riding a bicycle.
Oh, I remember that.
Yes.
Sent me that video.
It was something like she was like, her head was going back like this, and she was pumping her legs in place.
Yeah.
It was basically like a blind man riding a bicycle. So
it's pretty accurate.
It was hilarious because I videotaped it so she could remember it in the morning, and she did. Well, she didn't remember it, but No. But we were just talking about classic Sue stories.
Oh, I just told my mom a classic Sue story and it made her worry.
Oh, why? What'd you do?
When my best friend had to pack for me.
Oh, yes.
For my beach trip because I was too hammered at a bar.
Yeah. She used to get hammered all the time. She was a potty girl back in the day.
I believe it.
No idea what was packed for me.
Do you imagine if like we've never survived each other? She would be more of like an Eric girl 10 years ago.
Oh, God.
Imagine that. She would have ended up like a guy with Eric 10 years ago.
And how does that make you feel?
And I would have looked at Eric and be like, how? And I would look at Eric and be like, nah. He just told me that it's a year ago, I think today or tomorrow, that he had sex.
Oh, Powers, yeah.
Yeah, he's on 365 days. So anyone out there who's looking to have sex, this guy is really
his drought's getting creepy.
I don't know that that's
What? Did he say?
No, I'm not. You can't hear me.
A year?
I think it's more than a year.
He said it's been a year today.
I think his drought's getting really creepy too.
Yeah.
You see his text like, I saw this girl.
Yeah.
She was standing there.
His
texts are getting really bizarre.
He's starting to get rapey.
Yeah, and bizarre. It's like,
yes.
I'm standing here working at the bar and I see this girl leaning over.
Yes. I mean, here's the thing. I mean, he's not a bad-looking dude for his age. I mean, he sabotages himself sometimes. I think if he just lets himself flow a little bit, I think he's all right.
Yeah, just don't get really drunk and don't get high.
But I think he's going to understand he's putting his standards way too high. There's a difference between banging a girl and dating a girl. You know what I mean? Anyone can say this. Like,
wait, did you say he has high standards?
Well, he puts him. He's like, he reminds me of George Costanza.
Okay.
Like, he thinks he's gonna grab these girls. Like, he goes for these young 20-year-old girls and stuff like this.
Yeah. Like his daughter's age.
Yeah, but like, and realistically, if you're just looking to get your nut worked on, man, you just gotta kind of go out there. You gotta, bang a few oinks before.
Some hippos.
You gotta land on a few grenades before you get, you know what I mean? Like they say in Jersey Shore.
Nab a lagoon creature.
I mean, because getting laid shouldn't be an issue. He should have no problem. He should be able to go out there and in any given Sunday be able to clean
he works
something
at a bar.
up.
He's in the service industry.
He works in the bar. He's on Tinder. He's on Bumble. I mean, just swipe right to everyone, then sort them out. No one. If you don't want to tell us that you had sex with someone, that's fine. I mean, there's monsters that all of us have been with at one point or another.
Yes.
And I'm sure girls have the same stories of terrible guys they've been with.
Oh, of course.
And they don't tell anyone, and there's no reason to.
No.
Keep it to yourself.
Exactly.
The need-to-know basis, There we go.
Oh, boy.
Tommy, Nola, relax, all right? Tommy's extra horny today. He's been trying to hump Nola
he goes
all day. Tommy.
Nola's just not having it.
Tommy, knock it off. See, that's like Eric. He's unwantedly wanted to be. Tommy's like Eric, and Nola's like any given girl walking through the streets of Boston at any given night.
Don't rip my shoelaces.
He said he was going to come on the show tonight, but I guess
I knew that wasn't going to happen.
I guess he got tired, I guess.
No, it's because he got high, probably.
Because I got high. I was supposed to do a podcast, then I got high. Oh, God. You ever go to Cirque du Soleil?
No, I haven't. It looked cool.
It was the second time I've gone. I went to one in Vegas, and then we went to the one in Suffolk Downs. And the one in Suffolk Downs was actually really cool. It was in a tent, did all that stuff. There was a lot of spinning around in the air. There was a guy who had absolutely no joints in his body. He would literally was able to put his head around his back of his leg and suck his own dick if he wanted to.
Ugh.
Yeah, it was pretty. You could see his ribs. You could see his bones. He's probably 70 pounds soaking wet.
Yeah.
And it was the one part of the show I was oohing and ahhing. When you can go into like a crab walk and then pop your head from underneath your legs. Ugh.
No way.
Then they had these swings with these girls with no harnesses were just flying in the air and landing on another fucking swing and shit.
You don't want them to miss and they end up on the...
Yeah, and they sell alcohol there, which is even better.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure they had adult beverages. They sell beer and wine, so I had a couple glasses of wine while I was in there.
How much were they?
Like garden prices,
Fenway
$12, I think.
Oh, shit.
Well, it was like $11 for a beer and $12 for a glass of wine. I'm like, well, I'm going to get my alcohol per ounce. So I'll have 2 glasses of wine versus 2 glasses of beer. This is going to get me bloated. Why? 4.5% to 12%.
But isn't the portion of wine smaller?
It is, but that portion's based on that alcohol percentage.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So I had a couple glasses of wine. I had a beer before we went over there. And I had a good night, I think... You ever seen the movie Knocked Up?
Yeah.
And they took mushrooms before they seen Cirque du Soleil? I could see where if you took it, you'd be fucking tripping.
Yeah, you'd probably lose your mind.
They have these weird masks and these weird costumes that come out, and they're over eccentric about like how they're designed and stuff like this.
I don't think that'd be fun at all. That'd be terrible.
If you were watching it and you didn't know what you were getting into, you would be like, they had guys dressed as cactuses, and their heads would just pop out, and they had like these giant animals, and basically the way Cirque du Soleil works, and I think this is how they all work, is that they have a main character. And this main character goes into a dream sequence. So in this case, it was a guy who was on vacation in Mexico. And then all of a sudden, it brings into, he's like snorkeling. And then he's like dancing with all these people. And he's like in a dream sequence the entire time. And it's like his imagination is going wild. And when I went to the one in Vegas, it was the exact same way. It was this one character they focus on. And it was just like, the same idea. It was this tall, goofy bastard that was just kind of like a tourist. And all of a sudden, he got intercepted with the entire experience, right?
Oh, wow.
Which is pretty cool. And you follow his path to the entire experience, and then all of a sudden he wakes up from it, and everything's normal. It's wild.
It's very captivating.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's like, and then they have an intermission, and you sit there and you go, wow, this is pretty cool and everything. So, I mean, it's an interesting show. It was only $40. It was worth the money.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Nah, not at all. Vegas was, I think, $110 a person. So, I mean, it's a little bit cheaper than Vegas, and
what a Blue Man Group is in Vegas.
I can only imagine how much that
Probably
is.
ridiculous.
I mean, Blue Man Group in Boston's 55 and 65, depending on where you sit. You ever go to Blue Man Group?
Yeah, I've seen them a couple times. They don't change their show.
No, it's the same exact show.
I went once when I was a kid, like really young when it first opened, and then I went like maybe a couple of years ago, and I'm like, this is the same exact thing.
Yeah.
With a few minor little tweaks, but I was very disappointed.
Yeah, I went in 2005, and then I went again in 2010. The exact same show to the T.
Yeah.
I wish he knew where to hump.
God, it's popping out of him.
Yeah, but he doesn't know where her vagina
But
is.
it's coming out of him.
Like if he was able to have sex with her on
He's
like
smacking her in the mouth with it.
like it's not even her mouth, it's like her neck.
He's fixed. How is he getting an
He's
erection?
still horny. He
but
just doesn't shoot any cum. When you get clipped, you won't shoot cum either. You still get
guess
erected.
so. Yeah, that's true.
Like he doesn't know her vagina is in her backside.
No, he doesn't. He's going for the neck.
Like I don't know why. He's a very confused puppy.
And he pees like a woman.
He pees like a woman. He may be, a puppy that, maybe he likes other boy puppies. I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe he just doesn't know how it works. I mean, he was never taught. I guess you're never taught.
No, you just know.
I guess.
Tommy doesn't, though. It's okay, buddy. We still love you. Yeah.
So did you see, yes, Alex Wallace, we were going to get to that. Good point. I guess we could talk about a little sports here. So you see that the Lakers got LeBron, of course.
Yep.
Which we pretty much thought he was going to go.
No, you thought he was going to the Celtics.
Well, there was a short chance he was going to the Celtics. I thought if it wasn't Lakers, it was going to be the Celtics. I knew he wasn't staying in Cleveland.
No.
I wish we could have someone from Cleveland we know to call up right now.
Oh, those failures.
Yeah. And one of our bridesmaids in the wedding is from Cleveland area.
Make fun of her a lot.
And I think she's a LeBron fan, too.
Oh, God.
And I think last time we were down there, I was talking about LeBron. She was very excited about him. And I go, how do you let a guy back in? It's like being in an abusive relationship, being a Cavaliers fan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're with this guy and he beats you, but everything's okay, and then he leaves, and you're okay, but then all of a sudden he shows up.
They have a bridesmaid that's a LeBron fan?
Isn't what's her name? Amy? She's from Cleveland. No. She's a Cleveland. I guess
Well, you could have just left it at that, Sue.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I know. Now you just incriminated her.
I know, right?
Shannon's in love with Tom Brady.
Well, good. She should be. He's a great
she get in
quarterback.
line.
Yeah, get in line. Boys and girls are in that line. I can tell you that much.
Oh, Cleveland's such a... Ohio itself is just a failure state.
But you remember when he left the first time, they burnt these, 5-story tall banners of him, right?
Yeah.
How do you even accept him back and then have to do it again?
Well, now I think they're more understanding. They could blame the ownership. He had a perfect exit this time.
Oh, yeah.
This
the
wasn't
owner
like last
sucked.
time.
Yeah.
Now, at least, he exited the way... in a smart way. So even the ownership. Remember last time they wrote that letter, we'll still win championships. Yeah, it was laughable.
They're not.
This time he actually wrote we thank him, but it was more of a...
He looked like it was almost like a varsity player playing with a bunch of freshmen last year. Like a bunch of the epitome. If you could capture one movement of the entire season and sum it up into the entire season, was the J.R. Smith not knowing that they didn't have the lead at the end of game 1 of the NBA Finals. Like, you think he thought they were up by 1.
Yeah.
That is how fucking stupid he is.
Yeah.
That he had the ball with 7 seconds. All he had to do was drive the net, force a foul, and get 1 point to win the game. And it was after that pretty much set the tone for the rest of the finals. I think LeBron at that point just said, fuck it. If that was our chance to get some momentum, it's gone.
Yeah.
So I don't blame him for leaving.
I don't either.
In fact, it's a good business decision to leave.
It is, and that ownership is horrible.
Terrible.
Like, you have a legend, and
Yes.
you can't even put a
Can't
decent
keep him?
team behind him.
Even the Bulls sucked for so many
he's
years.
from there.
Bulls was so bad for so many years, and they got Jordan.
Yeah.
And they were able to maintain Jordan and build a team around them for fucking a decade and a half, right?
Yeah.
He's from Cleveland. He chose the shittiest team in the fucking history of basketball for the most part,
Well, he
right?
chose him left and decided to come back.
And then he came back. He gave you another chance. So maybe he's not the abusive girlfriend. Maybe Cleveland's not the abusive girlfriend. Maybe he's the abusive girlfriend.
He is.
He's the one who was with some fucking dude named Cleveland, right?
Yeah.
And then beat the shit out of him, so he left. But then they suckered him back on, right? And then they beat him again.
It tells
so I don't even. So I was pissed off at LeBron the first time we left Cleveland, the way he did it.
Yeah.
Now I feel bad for him. I'm happy he left.
I did too. It was perfect.
He should have left. And him going to the West, I'm not a fan of LeBron. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't mind if he was on my team. But him going to the West to play at a team in the same, not even the same conference, but the same division as the Golden State Warriors, that's a pretty ballsy move. Because that means 6 times a year you have to play these assholes, right?
Yeah.
So that means pretty much you canceled yourself on a guaranteed finals trip, right? Or at least you know that every year, for the most part, you're going to the Western Conference Finals against Golden State. So they got LeBron. Rondo signed today. Did you see that?
Yeah, but he must. Well, the thing is, something else I think is going to be going down here, obviously, because he signed a deal. Remember, he was usually doing 1-year deals.
Yeah.
He signed, what, a 3 or 4 year?
It's a 4-year
deal, and
$155 million.
And 3 of them again, 4th is the option year, right? But he usually doesn't do that.
No.
So,
well, here's the thing. So he's LA. This is his last team. He's not going to play anywhere else anymore.
Oh, definitely.
And, I mean, he's my age. He's 30. He'll be 34 in December. They're not going to do it this year. Lakers are going to make a run this year, but Golden State ideally is still going to win, and here's the reason why: because Kawhi Leonard wants to go out there, right? No way in fuck San Antonio's trading this guy to a conference team, right?
No.
They're going to let this guy sit there, right? No. Make him play, and then they're going to trade his ass around February to like Milwaukee. Because it doesn't matter, because you're not going to sign with Milwaukee. It's well known that he's signing with LA next year, hands down, regardless, no matter where you send this fuck, right?
Yeah.
So if you're the team like the Milwaukee Bucks, have a bunch of young guys you can deal off to San Antonio, and you're making a run in the playoffs, even if you plan on just going to the Eastern Conference Finals, it's a good bargaining chip right there. What you can do is basically trade for this guy as a rental player just to get to the Eastern Conference Finals, and maybe there's a chance you get to the finals. Maybe. A team like Milwaukee would be the prime. A team like Toronto, maybe even Philadelphia, because they have a lot of young assets. That's where he's going to end up, but he's not going to end up there till February, because they're not going to make a trade for that before then. Because he's a health risk as well. So they're not going to fucking risk this guy who was injured half of last year. You know what I mean? So we'll see. He won't go to the Celtics because Danny Ainge is smart enough to let go fucking young guys for a guy that knows. He pretty much stood out there and sabotaged his trade bait, saying, I'm playing for LA next year.
Yeah.
So maybe next year they'll be good. But how good is that team? I don't think that's that good of a team. Stevenson, I don't think that's that good of a team with fucking LeBron and Rondo. And who else? McGee.
Oh, you got Ball. Lonzo Ball.
Well, he's gone.
He is not officially yet, though.
Well, he will be.
Yeah, he will be.
There was a
I know, he'll be gone.
A very strong statement saying LeBron will not play with Ball. So, no, he's going to end up... Name the shittiest team in basketball right now.
Who is it now?
Probably the Cavs. The Cavs are probably going to be... The Cavs went from being the best team in the East to the worst team in basketball right now. Who's going to be worse than the Cavs next year? I can't imagine. I mean...
That ownership is so bad.
They're terrible.
So bad that here's the thing.
They're the Bengals of fucking basketball.
I love how when we traded Isaiah to them, right? And we won it.
And we won that trade. I don't give a shit what anyone says.
No, but remember,
won that
they
trade.
held it up for a while, and then they were like, we want a second-round pick.
That's right.
That's all for ego, because let's face it, a second-round pick means dick.
So we
in,
did.
Like, the NBA,
and
then we got him.
And the pick they got was a shitty pick. And the pick was the lottery
But it was all
one,
for ego. It's like, all right, fine, you know what, but we want a second-rounder.
Well, yeah.
It's all ego.
And then we fucked him. We're like, all right, dude. He's like, well, we'll give you that fucking pick. And it ended up being a fucking, like a 15th, like a fucking overall. So I'm like, all right, so you didn't really win out now. Then he ain't still on the overall one. Even if Kyrie doesn't sign next year, right? Or he decides he's not going to go long-term, right? Say. They still won out in that deal because basically what they did was they established themselves to be fine, and they have so much young guys on that team. Philadelphia can't find their own dick in the middle of on the sun because you know what I mean. I don't know.
I guess Kyrie really loves New York though, and a lot of people think he might go to the Knicks eventually. He loves New York.
Well, we'll see what happens when he goes to the NBA Finals next year.
Yeah,
there should be no reason the Celtics don't go to the NBA Finals this year. You would have to have like we went to the Eastern to Game 7 against the best player probably in the last 15 years.
Yeah, with
2 of our best players not active, and one of them played 6 minutes.
Yeah, true.
So when you look at that big picture, we have the exact same team as we had last year coming back, right? Pretty much the only one that hasn't signed up yet is Smart, but they will sign him essentially. If Philly's going to throw him 14 mil, the Celtics are going to throw him 14 mil. The only other team's Philadelphia. So you have the same exact team coming back and with no other competition in the East. You should be able to plow through
Yeah, they should.
the playoffs this year with no problem whatsoever. There should be no speed bump breaking you down. There really isn't. And if they do, that's shame on them because they set themselves up to basically now saying that the NBA Finals is your okay point.
Yeah.
Now, who they play in the NBA Finals? Is it going to be Lakers again? It's going to be Celtics-Lakers shit? Like, maybe this is why we're shaking it up again. Because you remember how fun it is to play the Lakers over the last 70 years of the NBA, right? It's always been Celtics-Lakers, right? Every decade it's been a Celtics-Lakers. We've had the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s. The 90s, not so much because, well, Bird got injured early. McHale retired. Late 90s was all about, Shaq and Kobe and, bad management for the Celtics. But the 2000s all of a sudden revives again. You get Kobe versus Paul Pierce, right? You get fucking some movement in your pants, right? Some flickerage when you think about basketball.
The Suns are pretty bad. I was just looking at bad teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure he was humping Nola in the neck and not knowing exactly what he was doing. Yeah, I mean, this guy's if he knew where to stick his dick, this guy would be better off than Eric, but he has no idea. Good for him. Tommy, I salute you.
It is the time of year,
It is that time of year.
It's resting on the carpet and collecting.
Imagine if you...
That is disgusting.
It's like an uncircumcised penis coming out, you know what I mean? And just like collecting and then going back into the little Anita head.
You know who must be happy? That's Kevin Love. He's probably happy to be he can actually just be himself and get traded eventually. Kevin Love, I think,
he will be traded.
Yeah.
His biggest mistake was not coming to the Celtics. That's his fucking
yes, that's right. I remember stupid Boston tour.
Yeah. Do you remember Rondo was fucking inviting him over to come?
Yeah.
Kevin Love, I believe, I'm actually happy we never got him because I think he's an overrated player.
Yeah, he's okay.
He was great in Minnesota when no one gave a shit about him. He goes to a team that actually cares, and he can't stay healthy, and he just becomes a big fucking wimp.
He's David Price.
He's David Price. Yes.
He's David Price.
We'll get into that in a second after we're done with basketball. How much this guy has to leave the fucking team. How can we get rid of this guy?
His ERA is over 10 against the Yankees.
So LeBron's in the LA. It's going to be, here's the thing. I can tell you right now, this is the three teams are going to be left next year. In the Western Conference Finals, it's going to be Golden State versus LA.
Yeah.
Because LeBron's going to be able to carry that shitty team no matter what.
Yep.
And it's going to be Celtics versus, I'm going to go and say Philly this year. Philly for the Eastern Conference Finals.
Okay. Yeah, that's actually, there are no mysteries anymore.
Because I think Toronto's going to blow themselves up. I think Washington is good, but they were not going to build, and they're not going to do anything. So I think Washington will be in the semi. I think we'll probably play Washington in the semifinals. There's going to be a bunch of shitty teams we're going to be plowing through to get there.
Nobody can beat Golden State.
And I think this time next year, we'll be talking about how great it was to see the Celtics play either the Lakers or Golden State in the finals.
Golden State's going to win again.
I think so. Well, I don't know if they won the finals.
Yeah.
Celtics might have a good shot.
They could.
Celtics play the same ball as Golden State, which is great because that's the competitive level and the strategy of how they play is very similar. Yeah. Very similar. And... you never know. Any, given series, anything's possible. But I can tell you right now, and we can go and pull tape. This is July 2nd, 2018, episode 62. Mark my words. It's going to be Celtics versus Lakers and... oh, it can't be and or, right? It's an or. It can't be both teams. Celtics or Golden State Warriors. Okay? I don't think that's too crazy to say.
No, it's not at all. No.
And now we're talking about good teams. Let's talk about shitty teams in town. Let's talk about a team that's won the division 2 years in a row. It's probably going to win the division 3 years in a row and can't make it out of the first round of the fucking playoffs.
The Atlanta Braves? In the 90s?
Yes. You would think, wouldn't you?
That's pretty much what it's like. It's
the Red Sox
Braves in the 90s.
The Atlanta Braves of the 90s. They can't get out of their own fucking way.
No.
And the Red Sox have basically, over the years, had great pitching, right? They prided themselves on having a great starting rotation and having a nice supporting cast for offense, right? Mm-hmm. Now, if the Red Sox were in the National League, they would be a dominant team right now.
They're still a good team. But the thing is, there's not a lot of competition out there right now. It's
the
like
American
basketball.
League sucks a big dick.
I never thought I would say that. The American League was always
dominant.
Yeah, now they just
now they suck.
Yeah.
The American League is basically 4 teams. It's basically the Red Sox, Cleveland, Houston, and the Yankees.
Yeah.
And you take
What's
all
Anaheim doing? I haven't even checked.
Anaheim started off hot,
think
and now
they
they're
took
just
off.
dicking their dick around.
Dicking
Seattle's decent. Seattle got hot for a little while,
Yeah.
but
Houston, there, yeah, you said
you know what it is? It's like David Price. You pay so much money for. He comes to the Red Sox, so they throw the most money at him.
He's
Right?
still got like 124 left on that contract
Yes.
too. By the way,
He
It's
coulda
all-
went
It's
to
all
s-
backloaded.
He wanted to go to St. Louis. They lowballed him, so he came to the Red Sox. David Price, I'm going to tell you, is a great bullpen pitcher. When he
And
was
then,
his
yeah.
best, he played for Tampa Bay in 08.
Yeah, and he came out and blew us away in the playoffs.
Coming out of the bullpen, give him 2 innings to get through. He's awesome.
He was just like 19 at the time.
He was.
He was really young.
I think, I hate to say it, but because they're paying him $31 million a year,
No.
is that he should not be in the starting rotation.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
You can't justify putting him in the bullpen. I understand
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Financially, and as a business, if you're like a business guy, it's like having your highest paid fucking employee sweeping the floors at your office.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
That's basically what you're doing right here. You know, it's very important to get those fucking floors cleaned,
Yeah.
but it's not the most expensive employee, right? That should be your VP of fucking sales or something like that. You
They
know
have
what I mean?
no number 2 starter. It's
They
like
don't.
all 3s and 4s, except
It
for
is.
Sale. You got Sale and then 3s
But
and 4s.
Sale has not proven himself in the playoffs.
But I know, but he looked nasty against the Yankees the other day. Did you see that 11 strikeouts and like he put down I forget how many
He looked-
15 batters in a row?
he looked
I think
nasty
he was
last year too,
nasty.
but he couldn't get out. He couldn't fucking win a game
That's
in the
because he
playoffs.
tries too hard during the season. He has nothing left in the tank. They've been better this year. His innings are down
True,
compared to last year.
but maybe he's
They're
not that
trying
guy.
better.
Maybe he can't. Maybe he's like Kershaw. He can't fucking pitch in the playoffs.
Oh, God. Kershaw's had a a few good moments. Don't you dare.
A few good moments, but not when they count.
Yeah.
Now the game's on the line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, and this is my theory here. You know, I would not be objective to either demoting this guy to the fucking bullpen, taking the fucking bite, and trading this guy in the offseason, right?
Yeah.
Or even trying to trade for him now.
You're going to have to eat so much of that
You
contract.
do, but if you go to a team that has some really good relief pitching, and maybe get a bat and a relief guy for price, and then eat some of his contract, I think that'd be worth it, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, but you have to get him out of the American League.
Oh, you ship. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I'm sure there's
and
a National League guy out there that needs a bat. You know, he needs a pitcher. That I don't know. I just think he's a fucking liability.
He is a lot. The thing is, though, you just can't trust him during the postseason.
No.
I mean, he's going to get you through the regular season. I mean,
Except if it's a primetime game.
prime
against
time game is the
a good
Yankees.
team.
Yeah.
Like it's a Sunday night baseball. Remember, he's like anti-Rondo.
Yeah.
Remember, Rondo only used to shine during premier games.
That's right.
Like it would be like game of the week, Thursday night, national telecast games. He would be a quadruple double, triple double guarantee,
I
right?
always hated that guy. He's just the face of an asshole.
Oh, he does. But it'll be a Wednesday game against the Wizards, on local TV, and he would just not show up. And it's in a game that you needed him to. You know what I mean? Like it was like a prime game.
Yeah.
You hear that, Sue? Your boy Rondo. Sue's is a big Pelicans fan. He signed with the Lakers today.
And a rose on his nose.
Big Pelicans fan. Loves the Pelicans.
Really.
Yeah.
You love him more than me.
I've probably seen more Pelicans games than she did.
So your accent's really out today.
I know.
Out in, like,
My southern.
She probably had a
the heat bringing
pissy.
it out.
No, she had a pissy day probably.
That.
Yeah.
First thing when I walked in this morning, she was like, "Oh God, your southern accent is out. What is wrong?"
Because
Must
she
be
had,
the heat.
Cause she had some Boston wee today. That's
Oh,
why.
God.
Yeah. Brought that southern accent right out.
Actually, that would probably destroy it, wouldn't it?
I pumped that out of her brain. It just makes you so dumbfounded after you get it. You know what I mean?
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean?
I get where you're going.
You just can't-
I see what
You
you
just
did
can't
there.
think anymore. You're on cloud 9. You just let everything loose.
So you just talked
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like you lost your mind. I get it.
She
All
probably
right.
drove home. She probably drove to work at 32 miles per hour. You know what I mean? She
I
just
see
couldn't
what you did
focus.
I see what you did there.
Right, Sue?
There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
See, she can't even listen. She can't even process right now.
Huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I'm talking about my trip.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
oh, yeah.
Bachelorette party.
Yeah, so this is the last episode before Sue's bachelorette party. A week from Wednesday when we're live, she'll tell us all about it.
Yeah. This should be good. I'm curious how this is
We
going.
need to keep a track on Eric. Make sure he's not going down.
And it's probably gonna fall.
Because that pervert might be down there.
He'll the ones
Really?
bold in the view.
You never know. Imagine if Eric's down there.
Eric's just tailing her.
Yeah.
He's just following from behind like that creepo he's turning into.
Big creep. Yeah. He just
He's
turned into a
There's
creep.
a bachelorette party.
Yeah.
I'm gonna crash that.
10 years ago, Eric used to be the king of bachelor parties. I used to go out to Boston with this guy, right? I used to see him intercept and have sex with the bride-to-be guaranteed almost every time.
And
I've
how
seen
many
this
times
guy
it is?
had sex with more brides to be than any person in the planet.
I don't
should.
believe it. He's such a shell now. I don't believe it. He's a
I
shell
know.
of that.
I'm telling you.
I cannot believe this.
21-year-old Arty would look at this guy like, how the hell are you? Like, that girl's getting married next week. He's like, yeah, she doesn't care. And I used to sit there in awe.
Yeah.
Like, for the rest of her life, she has to know she had sex with you
That dirty man.
before she got married.
Wow.
Yeah.
So does that worry? That's some.
Hey,
that an Arty's gonna.
If
That,
Sue wants
that
to
an Eric is gonna
have
find
sex with Eric, good for him. You know? If she wants to slum.
She wants to slum it.
She wants to slum a little
Slum it
bit.
down a little before.
Jesus. I mean, I can think of some other people other than Eric, but it's hope to wear a condom.
Oh, God.
He's like a fucking flip of a coin if he's gonna wear one or not.
He's just a shell. I can't. I want to believe you. I can't though. I just can't. I just don't see it.
He's like a retired baseball player, you know, who should just retire, but it's not retiring. He's like just hanging in there, you know.
Well, maybe he can find a way to soldier up and hit out a couple home runs.
It's like David Wells' last season, you know what I mean? Just fucking. Just showing up at the ballpark, you know what I mean? Like, no, not even fucking trying anymore.
David was like, that was an oddity, man. That guy was like fat and so he wasn't even fat. He was shapes,
He
but
was.
he still managed to like have a decent career.
He was like a pear.
He had a good
legs and
career.
arms. Yeah, he did. He was like Roger Clemens. They're both fat asses that fucking pitch phenomenally.
Even Roger Clemens was a little more toned. Wells was just like,
Well, Roger got toned once he introduced himself to the old steroids.
yes, that's true.
David Wells was like, fuck a steroid. I'll take a ham
No,
sandwich.
they weren't his. Remember, they were his wives. Remember?
Oh, that's right.
Just
Just
like
like
Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning's wife, too.
Yeah.
Because Peyton Manning's wife, who's a fucking probably a school teacher somewhere in Indiana, really needed steroids, right?
I would have bought the Clemens thing though, because his wife is like a
jacked.
Yeah, she is.
She was like a bodybuilder or something, right?
It was still bullshit, but at least that has more weight.
It does.
To it
Peyton
than,
Manning's wife. Some fucking Peyton Manning's wife. Where's she from? Fucking Mississippi somewhere. She's like, yeah, I need steroids to help me drag my fucking kids in the wagon.
Has there been a ruling on the Edelman thing yet?
No, I haven't actually heard anything. From
Yeah,
it.
it usually only takes a week. It's been longer than that, so there must be something going on.
There they give him 4 games. It's probably gonna be 2 games.
That's
I'm
fine.
thinking 2 games. I'm thinking 2 games, and it's gonna be like, just fucking don't say anything because he's threatening to fucking bring it to the Supreme Court again, like
You know
fucking
what?
Brady. But
That's fine. With the injury he's recovering from, he wouldn't be right again anyway until like he'd be playing, but he's not going to be up 100% Edelman. So if he's even suspended those games, I don't care.
isn't it funny when people see football players with steroids? No one gives a shit.
They don't
It's
care
like-
anymore.
It's like baseball players. Everyone's like, "Oh my God forbid they fucking." And then football players is like, "Yeah, you need that shit, otherwise you fucking can't recover."
True. Well,
I mean-
it's weird. There was a period. Oh crap! Oh, that hurt. But there was a period in. Oh
give him
boy,
the fucking
he's out.
wrist?
There goes the DL
Oh no, where'd it hit him?
in the wrist
Oh
or in
no.
the hand. But there was a period.
Yep,
in, like,
he's gone for a fucking 7 weeks.
There was a period in the 90s where, like, steroids, it was assumed football players were on steroids. And then
Yeah.
we hit a period where, no, you can't do that. And now we're back to, it's going to happen.
Oh, elbow. Oh, you
Oh,
see that? It was the
yeah.
inside of his elbow. Bogarts just got hit with a fucking slider up in his elbow. That was funny bone right there.
And they used to, like, cheer. I remember Bo Jackson was talking about how, like, if a player got carted off the field, like, in pain, people would cheer because, like, he was in pain. Like, yeah, you took him out.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah. That's the good old days.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gridiron
Now
football.
everyone fucking claps and everyone takes
like,
a
"It's
knee.
okay."
Like fucking fruity soccer players.
I mean, granted, if it's like a neck spinal thing, probably
Yeah.
should.
Yeah.
Like something like that. But if it's like, I might have tore my hamstring or something like that.
If we went back into a time machine till 20 years ago, and 20 years ago was 1998. Can you believe that?
It's crazy.
she'll be mic'd. She's wearing sweatpants, even though
Maybe
it's
she
like
won't
90
survive
degrees
the
out.
bachelorette party.
Maybe when we get married, maybe she finds fucking, a Latino prince. Maybe Jose or
Maybe she realized she's a lesbian.
maybe it's
maybe
Jose. Maybe it's Jesus down in Florida, and then they run away together, and I never see her again.
Maybe. Only time will tell.
Maybe, who knows? Maybe it's Veronica. Maybe it's a woman.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Would that be worse, you think, in your mind, if she ran off with a woman
All
or
I
she
know
ran
is
off with a
that
man?
her name's on the lease, so she just still has to pay for half the rent. So,
That's all you care about.
so she wants to go run off of Pablo or whatever like that in the Dominican Republic. That's fine, but if she doesn't pay her share of the rent, then
I'm coming after you.
there's a legal document keeping us together here. So, I mean, if you want to go do what you want to do, I'll turn this place into a fucking bachelor pad.
Look around.
I wouldn't have to do much.
It already is.
That's pretty.
You know what I mean? There's not much I have to do to get to the next level, right?
No, there isn't. No, lose some pictures and.
That's it. Just exactly. Lose a few pitches,
Lose a few pitches and-
change a few frames in this, and
I don't know.
we'll be all set. Yeah, it'd be great because we have one less dog, so we don't have to worry about one instead of two.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tommy.
Already planning this out, huh?
You're gonna go live with Pablo down in fucking the Dominican.
Aw.
We'll have a little.
might eat you.
Tommy's like, I don't want to go to the Dominican.
Times are tough.
I like it here. I like going to the dog park. I don't want to be in the woods. I don't want to be Mommy's new boyfriend who has a tan all year round and a small peepee.
I was thinking that, actually.
So it happens. So what's gonna happen? We'll find out next
Don't
week on the
even-
ID84 show. Stay tuned,
Yes.
because anything's possible, as Kevin Garnett said. Could be just me and Adam here saying, like, "Wow, we got a nice couch that Sue's paying for half of it, but she can't use it anymore."
Improbable, yes. Impossible, no.
Man, not impossible. Anything's possible.
Improbable, but not impossible.
Yeah. I hope that she meets this Latino guy charms her and he finds out he's gay.
Why do you want me to meet anybody?
I'm
Why
just
is it
joking
And
around.
why does it keep being Latinos? That's what I
Because
want
it's
to know.
Florida. Who's gonna be?
Well, can't it be a big black man?
Could be a big black man
If I
too.
didn't meet anybody, number one, all my girls would be pissed.
It's like LeBron.
Two, your sister's gonna be there. That'd be my.
Even my sister's into big black guys too. Maybe they all go. They all
You're
go.
gonna be there. You're gonna be there with a Demadia. That doesn't mean anything.
That might be working against
I
me.
know. Right?
I don't know if that's a pro or a con. Eric shows up blackface. He's like, I heard you're in the black guys.
God.
Oh, Eric. God. I mean, just to end on this note, the epitome of Eric losing his skill, it was 7:30 on a Sunday with plenty. The light was still out for a good 4 hours, and he'd opt to go to bed, then hang out in a bar for another half hour. So, we should make a Match.com for him.
Oh God.
Like kids do for their dads and moms that get divorced. Or
He probably has
you know?
one.
No, I think he's banned because I think he's just looking for the sex.
Oh.
On Match.com, you're not looking for the sex.
The sex.
You're looking for the relationship. You know what I mean?
I think you pay for that one though.
Match, I think you got to pay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never got on Match. Thankfully, I think that's when you're pretty much writing yourself off at that point.
Eh.
Were you on Match at all?
No, I've never been on Match, but I
Are
think.
you OK Cupid?
I did try OK Cupid. Yeah.
Yeah, how'd that work out for you?
Worked out fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd never done that.
I've never had a back in the day. I never had a bad experience. They were just ones that sort of. Actually, no, I have had a few.
Some awkward broads.
Oh, just it didn't pan out too much of anything. I never really. I can't think of many bad.
I could tell you one thing right now. The last thing I want to do on this planet is date again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good for you, man. I couldn't do it. I fucking hate dating.
I don't
I
like
hate
dating
the whole
either.
fucking meeting a new person, going out and learning about them and all that bullshit, just to
Yeah.
wait 3 months to find
No.
out they're a fucking
I'm
psychopath.
pretty much retired from all
Yeah.
that because I just hate that. It feels like a job interview process.
It
and
is.
I'm just better by myself.
It's like when you get a job, right? When you get a job, and they're like, the first 90 days, or you're on the review, and then we can get
Yeah.
rid of you. So that.
I don't want to wait a couple months to find out if you're crazy. That's what it
Yes.
is because they're going to hide that
3
crazy, and then the devil comes
It's
out.
usually 3 months
Yeah.
to the day you find out they're a fucking psychopath, or they have some
Yep.
deep dark secret they haven't shared with you.
Exactly. I just don't want to do that anymore.
Sue's just delaying it a little bit. It's been almost 3 years now. She's instead of
Oh,
3
no,
months,
no,
she's
no.
holding 3
I'm
years.
going to try to bang on the couch.
Right, Sue? Oh, that's a dirty look.
Oh, boy.
Sue, your dog is
It was in her Oh, it was in her
and
mouth.
it's on. Everyone's watching right now. It's on Facebook Live. Tommy just jammed his red rocket in Nola's mouth.
Literally was
Look at right. We're gonna see it in a second here. We're on delay on this video right now.
Oh my god.
But for those who are watching, just seen. Well, you just seen. Is it bestiality if two dogs are doing it, or?
I don't know.
Yeah, there it is, right there. And Adam, you're in the middle of it, which I think. And then look at them. Look at that. Oh my god. We're just watching we're like a 15, 20 second delay.
No.
Poor Nola. Nola, I'm sorry, honey.
I love how it's frozen right now. Me like looking at him.
Look at that. You're holding Tommy's head like you're helping him. You sick
No, I'm not. I'm going to class. I can't believe this.
All right, guys.
It's the shame.
We're all sick fucks over here on the Arty 84 show with the mallet of the Adam variety. And the dogs are thinking they're in NASCAR right now. There's the Tommy 500. He's all horned up. Whirlwind report.
Yes.
You haven't been sued yet, right?
Yeah.
You have?
No, I haven't.
No, that's
I
good.
changed all my photos anyway.
Do you see that the Packy was getting like 300 views or 200 views a day for the last week or something?
Oh, wow.
I don't know who the fuck was viewing us, but we are very popular in Brazil and Germany, I guess. So, hey. And
Let's
Brazil,
talk more stuff.
I was going to skandatu.
Which articles in particular were they hitting?
It's everything. Like it was like two of everyone. It was like someone got in there and just looked at everything.
Huh.
It's pretty interesting. But yeah,
Oh, God.
check out the Packy.com
And it's now, please.
and the
Can we
Whirlwind
just cut
report.
this feed?
And someone get Tommy a girlfriend.
He has one.
She's not interested.
Uh-uh.
She wants nothing. She doesn't want anything to do with that. Poor Nola.
She was licking it.
Oh yeah, Nola. You,
She had her mouth open.
you dirty little dog hooker.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, you see how it spiked for some reason last week or something? I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe people like us. Who knows? Some they don't like us, you know?
I need to get more shit on there.
We'll get there.
I need to get more stuff on there.
Hey.
I've been trying to work on mine because I upgraded it just to try to get it up to par, and then I need to move shit over to the Packy.
Did you pay for the URL? Yeah, the $100 a year or something like that?
No. I mean, I already had that, but
Yeah.
I've been just to upgrade the site from just a regular.
I hear you. If you're watching this and you like it, I invite you guys to please subscribe. Whether it's on iTunes or YouTube, because you can watch this or listen. And if you like seeing dogs hump, then this is your #1 place to go to every Wednesday night. And if you like to see a Labrador Retriever run around a coffee table like he's Dale Earnhardt
He's gonna crash.
in the final lap of the Daytona 500
before he crashed.
before he crashed, this is your spot to be right there. There you go. Listen, mummy, there he is. And chaos, absolutely chaos.
Well,
Imagine if we had real guests on the show; they'd be like dumbfounded.
Imagine what the people downstairs are hearing.
I know.
Get some water.
yeah, that spike is weird because then it
Yes.
just stops.
It's weird spike, right?
Yeah, it's like the 394, 430 something, and then down
No
to
idea why.
38, 16.
I
Yeah,
know.
like pretty much what's on par with my 239.
Someone liked this for a day. But anyways, it's the Arty 84 show. Thanks for listening. Thank you for watching. And we'll see you guys next week. Have a good one. Bye-bye.